we have some really exciting technology to show you guys today. We just released this a few weeks ago. It's called Agent Opus. It's still in private beta, so it's still working out some of the kinks, but we are really excited to show this to you guys. Agent Opus is a tool that basically takes your ideas, your articles, anything that you've written, anything that you want to talk about, and basically you feed it in there. So basically, as you see here, right, it says create a video on the cost of migrating to Mars using these links. So you can drop in some different links with sources, source materials. Maybe you read an article even and you strongly disagree with it. You can drop that article in and then tell the AI, like, I actually completely disagree with it. Here's another source that says something contradictory, and here's a video I want you to make about these two sources, and how do you reconcile them, blah, 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 right? What actually happens after you put all that information in, the AI takes a minute to script out the actual script of what the video will be with you. It then gives it to you. You have time to basically go through and edit it down to basically being the final script. So it says exactly what you want to say. You don't leave it anything up to chance. And then from there, you take that, you throw it. If you take that, it just runs in about 30-45 minutes later, you have a finished video. You guys want to see one of the projects in action? You guys didn't see it before.
Where will Nvidia's stock be in 2030? Right now, it's about 180. But could it hit 500, 800, even 4,000? Some analysts see 500. The logic? Nvidia still controls over 80% of the AI chip market, and demand from cloud giants like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google keeps climbing. If growth cools but margins stay strong, 500 is a steady outcome. Others push for 800. That assumes Nvidia goes beyond chips building software, networking, and AI platforms. If they turn GPUs into a full stack ecosystem and hold off AMD and custom chips, the upside expands fast. The craziest forecasts are 4,000 or more. That bet is Nvidia becoming the backbone of the AI economy, powering every data center, edge device, and even self-driving cars. If AI scales like the internet did, Nvidia could ride the wave. So by 2030, Nvidia's future hangs on three things: AI demand, competition, and whether it evolves beyond hardware. The price target you believe in really depends on the story you buy.
Yeah, so basically, as you guys could see throughout the video, it grabbed different real world assets from across the internet, it combined them with different AI assets, articles, things like that, and basically put it together into a completed video. Some of the things that the AI is actually doing once you're actually giving it your stuff, right? So the first thing it does once you give it the initial inputs is that you have an AI researcher that goes out across the entire internet, finds all the relevant contextual pieces of information that you might want in that video and collects it all for you. It makes it really easy for you to put together the script. We then have a script writer that takes all that information, takes all the relevant assets, the B-rolls that it found, everything that it can use in the video, and it puts together a script for you that it thinks it'll do the best job actually performing on screen. Now from there, obviously, like, because the AI generally likes to take liberties in terms of style and tone and everything like that, you have the full power to actually edit that script to match your style. And then from there, there's a storyboard artist. That storyboard artist goes through the entire script from there, and it storyboards out each individual scene of that video. And it basically goes one by one and gives you access to each of those scenes in the storyboard so that you can sort of see how it broke everything down. We have an asset manager. So that, again, is part of the researcher. It goes out and collects all the assets that it could possibly put into the video, Creative Commons stuff, B-roll, whatever it's allowed to use under fair use, combined with real world assets that we recreate. And we also have our own original hook designer. So it designs different styles of hooks for you. You'll see that in a sec. And basically you get to choose what kind of style of hook you want at the beginning, depending on what you're going for. This one is probably the most exciting, the motion designer. So we've built a pretty sophisticated motion designer that can take real world assets, images, articles, things like that off the internet. And through a combination of different AI tools, we're able to basically turn those like standalone images into visually appealing motion graphics. So it can actually bring those concepts to life on the screen for you using AI. So rather than doing like, we're just going all VO3 or all Sora 2, completely AI generated, we're using those AI generative elements to help with the storytelling without becoming the storytelling. And then finally, the video editor, not ready yet. We're working on that one. So stay in tune for that one. And then finally, the voice actor, which we have a bunch of voices in there. You can upload your own voice. You can upload your own avatar. And we are working on the functionality for you to be able to upload your own original A-roll as well. But as you guys can assume, it's a little bit tricky with the timing and everything. So still working on that part as well. I think that the main limitations to it right now are, like I said, one, A-roll, right? And B-roll as well. So we're making it better for you to be able to upload more of your own B-roll assets to work into it. And then I think the other sort of core thing that we're trying to figure out is the post-production editing, where you can talk to the AI to make minor adjustments, try to clean things up, fix things up a little bit. I think there's a ton of use cases for this for people that are trying to really just scale up their content that they're able to put out. And as you guys can see here, it's not like just yet another AI video generator. We're trying to make sure everything is like highly informative, engaging, and actually speaks to your audience in a way that you want to speak to your audience, right? So it's not really meant to be random. It's supposed to be, highly targeted. These are the stories that I wanted to talk about this week that I just didn't get to, or these are the things that, I think my audience would love, but maybe the thumbnail and title wouldn't really work well as a long form. So I can just throw this in as a short form. I already have it scripted up. Let's see how this goes. And just post the result and see if my audience likes it or not. This isn't going to be your AI slot product. If you want to make cat memes, there's other things for that kind of product. Sure. This is for, I have a specific thing I want to talk about. I want to control the result of what I'm talking about. I want to actually have an impact in terms of value that I'm creating. If you want to create content using AI that is actually, valuable for your audience, like this is the way to do it for sure. So that's what we're trying to do.
So a few things that we want to talk about today. The very first is that recently OpusClip, they just announced right before VidSummit that they have an integration with Zapier. So if anybody is not familiar with Zapier, it is a platform that allows people to automate different tasks that they have around their workflows. So an example of how you can use Zapier with OpusClip with this integration is, let's say, for example, that you have somebody that edits your short form content and you just need it captioned. Then in that particular case, what you can do is you can take all like a whole file or a whole folder of your vertical content that's already been edited, drop it into a Dropbox folder, and Zapier is going to be monitoring that folder. And as soon as it detects that those videos are in there, it's going to take them and it's going to send it over to OpusClip for captioning. Now, if you're already an OpusClip user, one of the really cool things about this is that it also allows you to select your brand templates and things like that along the way when you're setting up your automations. So because of that, you can set up multiple automations for different things, different aspect ratios and things like that inside of it. Another great use case for this is right now, if you're an OpusClip user, one of the things that you have to do is you have to, open up the page, you have to drop your link into there, you have to hit the submit button, and then you have to wait for it all to process. Another thing that they've done with this Zapier integration is the same concept where it's monitoring a Dropbox folder or a Google Drive folder or however you store it in the cloud. And as soon as it detects the videos that you drop in there, then it will automatically send them over to OpusClip for processing. So if you're already an OpusClip user, you know how efficient it is. With this, it's just going to help you speed up your workflow. If you haven't tried OpusClip yet, you can go to opus.pro and check it out, see for yourself. They do have like a free version as well. So you can go in there, play with it, just kind of see how the whole thing works. And then you can take it from there.